Accessibility is one of the city's top priorities, and now the city has a new accessibility manager. City Manager Eric King introduces us to her.
The City of Bend has hired a new accessibility manager, Susan Duncan. Susan comes to us with over 30 years of experience in accessibility.
My background began over 30 years ago with my own consulting business. What I started with primarily was residential work and helping people in their homes to have better access and improve their quality of lives. And as the guidelines changed over the years and the implementation of guidelines like the ADA in 1990, began working commercially with public and private entities.
Bend strives to be an accessible community, and when I say accessible, that means to all people of all abilities, and that means not just curb ramps and sidewalks, but that we've got information that can be provided in an accessible format on our website. It means that we are open to communicating and sharing information in different ways.
The importance of accessibility to me means that we all have the equal rights to be able to access different services, programs, activities in our community. And when that's marginalized or not available to people, we're really not doing the best to have our community supported as one.
Susan's job will be to manage accessibility within the entire community. So there's, of course, the city has two current settlement agreements with the Department of Justice and Disability Rights Oregon. But more than that, the city, just to make sure our policies are consistent with the Americans with Disabilities Act.
My priorities begin with looking at what the current infrastructure is that's working and build on that. The things that need to be modified or growing in their areas. Another area that I think is really vital is working with our advocates and with the community at large to make sure we're doing the job that we should be doing and making this just the most livable community that people can want to move to and be a part of and visit.
The City of Bend has a number of infrastructure projects that it's underway to complete to improve accessibility, and most of that work is in public works. So the accessibility manager will be working closely with that department to put a project management schedule together to ensure compliance with our two settlement agreements.
This really is a very broad base. We have a very diverse population throughout the world, and the needs of people are different. And so this is really beyond curb cuts and curb ramps. I mean, this is a lot more about understanding the behind intent of the guidelines, for example, understanding the nuances of what individuals need. Someone who's blind has a different need potentially as somebody who is deafblind. And so how do we go about embracing that in an equal manner as best we can, staying within budget and looking at the systems that we have in place.
In the future, I'd like to see the City of Bend become a leader and really embrace universal access and be essentially a model community for accessibility.
I have been very fortunate to be on a national and international level with accessibility for the last 30 years, and to be able to bring that to this position is very exciting to me, because my belief system is that we will be a national role model, that other cities and entities will come to us to see what we've done to put in place to effectively influence the quality of life of our visitors in our community.